Las Vegas. Craig, welcome to the Savage Nation.
Hi, Michael. I'm honored to talk to you.
So what's on your mind, Craig? You don't have to be honored. That's what I do for a living, so what's on your mind?
I just wonder why you're not into politics. You're brilliant. I've been listening to you for some time now, and
well, it's a great question. I'm going to answer it because I know somebody who wants to run against somebody in the Senate, and I've warned them not to. And I'm going to tell you the reasons I will not go into politics. Let's start with even if I won. Why would I want to win and become a senator or a congressman, assuming I could? What is the end result of that? I wind up amongst the most corrupt people on earth. I wind up amongst the most disconnected, corrupt people on the planet. Is that someplace I want to spend every day? I'd rather walk around in my studio in a pair of pajamas with a hangover and talk to my dog than talk to those people in the well of the Senate. With the exception of 5 people in there, they make my flesh crawl. Why would I want to be around them? So let's start with the end result, which is that I win. That's if I won. Now let's go back to why I don't run. Why would I want to run? All they're going to do is make things up about me as they've tried to do here in talk radio for the last 15 years. Take sound bites out of context, slap them together with other things. Make things up about me, try to create images of me that aren't real. Why would I want to subject myself to that, Craig?
Well, you just make so much more sense than... Well,
as I've said for years, Craig, we in talk radio are in some ways the unelected third party in this country. I have said for over 5 years now that we are ministers without portfolio, meaning we actually advise the government itself what the people think. In some ways, we have more influence than they do. In many ways, and of course, obviously, I can say things that I could never say as a politician. There are politicians out there who believe in everything I say. They can't say what I say. But I can. I can say it on talk radio. So I believe in freedom of speech. You understand?
Yes, and I also think that you outdo all the other talk show hosts like Rush Limbaugh and Hannity. You bring more things out than they do.
Well, I'm glad you like the show. There's room for all of us. The stimulus deal has been reached. The gangsters have decided how to cut up the pie. It just happened minutes ago. I don't know that they voted it. I think they've agreed that they're going to vote on it now. The gangsters have just cut up the pie, and the number is $780 billion. $780 billion. That's the emerging agreement for the bill. It came out minutes ago. Came out 15 minutes ago on the Associated Press wires. The fact of the matter is, it is the greatest travesty in the history of your life. And those of you listening to the show who will be alive 30 years from now, I probably will not be. I would say the odds are very high that I will not be. The odds are very high that anyone who is under the age of, if you're 30 or under, you'll be here in 30 years. You're going to be carrying around debt that's insupportable. You'll never pay back the debt on this bill. Never. You're going to have a diminished lifestyle. You're never going to come out of this debt. It's impossible. In fact, if you project the cost of carrying the debt on this bill, and remember, it's all debt. You say jobs. It's all debt. They're doing this by spending. So they're going into a greater debt than they're already in. And, Bush was criticized for running a deficit, if you remember. And slowly but surely, he almost got us out of the deficit by 05, 06. Then he went crazy in 07 and 08, and he spent like a mad drunk man. Remember, he sent $150 billion back to the people with checks? That was a stimulus bill. Did that save us from the recession? No, it made it worse. Okay? We're going to see a disaster on our hands.
Savage.